Um, Obviously, as I've said, I'm going to see Multiverse of Madness tonight. You'll probably see it in a last-minute ramble on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
gonna try and I'm putting this out here now. I'm going to try being the key word here because this is what I said for Spider-Man. I'm gonna try to go at the beginning of the week, but I know myself well enough that it possibly could be Wednesday night at like
I'll,
2 in the morning.
I'll message you on Tuesday and go, have you been yet? And you'll be like, shit.
Probably.
Um, so our last couple of thoughts about it. What this boils down to for me, I think, is I'm annoyed that people on the internet have been dickheads, and it's like the worst kind of leak campaign I've seen in a long time. In my opinion, I've managed to avoid any actual spoilers, but I've like seen the efforts. It's as bad as when Americans tried to ruin Venom 2 in the post-credit scene in Venom 2 for the rest of the world. I don't know why people are doing it. It doesn't seem like anyone dislikes the film. It seems like everyone loves it. So I don't know if it's just kind of this airheadedness of, oh my god, the film's so amazing and this happened and this happened, and people aren't thinking, or if everyone's going, this is an amazing experience that I must rob of people.
I think I feel like the release time has been a bit different compared to Spider-Man. I feel like Spider-Man was closer between America and
Well, I mean, normally we get Marvel films first. That's the thing.
I don't know if it's just like they're not used to like this release stagger or
Oh, so you
another.
think Americans are just assuming everyone's already seen
Yeah,
it? Maybe.
because they just think, well, if
They've
it's out
spread
in
the word. If
America, it
they've
must be
seen it,
out
everyone's
everywhere.
seen it. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Okay, maybe.
I think it's more that, and I think also, unfortunately, like we said earlier, like you've cultivated your timeline to be great for getting Marvel and comic information, and now it's biting you. Because like I've seen nothing, which kind of, I think it's more in those spaces that you're seeing is where the discussions are happening.
Yeah.
And I think it's a
Well,
case of like they just presume.
yeah. Multiverse of Madness spoilers has been on my For You trending for the
I
last
haven't
3 days.
had that at all.
Yeah. Um, like your personal trending on Twitter, 10 things. Half of them have been like Elizabeth Olsen, Benedict Cumberbatch, Multiverse of Madness spoilers. It's like, okay, I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
not going to use Twitter.
your Twitter is a completely different area to me then.
For the most part, I mean, when esports stuff's going on, it's all dominated by esports. Mine's very reactive, and changes at the drop of a hat.
I think also like I stopped watching all these different little TV spot things that started getting they kept releasing.
Mm-hmm.
They like would always have one extra scene in or something. Like I stopped watching all of those. So like pretty much since the last trailer, um, I haven't really paid attention to anything else, and I think that's helped me because I've stopped watching stuff. It stopped recommending it.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
I'm excited to go though.
I think it's going to be very good. The spoiler-free like review bits that I've seen has basically been it's Sam Raimi at his best, which is stuff we always love to hear.
Mhm.
Um, Apparently the early rumors of it being like a genuinely quite creepy and scary film are very accurate.
Okay.
Um, and which really excites me. I really hope it does genuinely make me go like that.
Yeah.
Apparently Benedict Cumberbatch is amazing. Apparently Elizabeth Olsen's amazing. Um, I've not really heard a bad word about it.
Which is a good thing because then you get the raw
Exactly.
experience.
But as you know, whenever I go into a film that I've not heard a bad word about, I'm always anxious that it's now going to not live up to my internal hype.
That's where I'm different to you because I never read reviews before going to a film. I go off the fact of like I'll watch a trailer, oh that looks good, I'll go. If I'm like, nah, I'm not first, I won't go see it. Like I'm I always go into Marvel films with like no knowledge of if it's actually a good one or not. Um, but I'm also very easily pleased, so
here's the thing. I think people are getting the wrong impression of me.
Well, no, it's more.
Yeah.
You're not like super critical. It's more I have very low standards of what is a good film, and
Yeah,
then everything is a good film. There's no tiers to being a good film.
I always go with the opinion of like a mental checklist of if it does this, this, and this, I'll definitely be happy. If it does this, this, and this, I'm going to be annoyed. And
I
it's
go
not
in
even
head
like it's not
empty.
something I consciously do.
Mm.
I like watch a trailer for it and I get a vibe and I'm like, if that's just like a tease that doesn't get paid off, that's going to wind me up.
Yeah, see, this is when like my brain works differently because I watch a trailer and I'm like, oh, I like the vibe of this. I don't pay attention to like specific, or my brain doesn't pick up on specifics. So I go in head empty, like the trailer was a vibe. I'm sure this will be good. And it's as I'm watching, I pick up on stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was good. But then if they don't do something, my brain hasn't registered that. So I think that's why I have this like just good or not fussed.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
do get it.
tiers.
And I am envious of it. I think it just shows, despite the fact that we are both horrifically undiagnosed ADHD, that there is still a difference in the way we compute stuff.
Yep.
You got all the creative shit, and I just got all the can't forget or miss any detail, which is horrible. You bastard! Give me some of the creative stuff.
Yeah, I've got a head empty, just colourful
I just got
pictures.
Maybe I just need to drink as much caffeine as you.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe because I drink so much caffeine, it just my brain's just like.
To be fair, I mean, what have I had there? I've had 2 cups of coffee, a sneak, and a monster. If that's not enough caffeine to get the brr to shut up, I don't know what is.
I think I'm on like my 4th or 5th cup of coffee.
Yeah, but you got to remember, sneak counts as, I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I want to say 2 cups of coffee. And then I had a cup of coffee, so that's
I
3.
say cup. My cup is definitely like a cup and a half.
If you got like one of the
It's not. It's not. No, it's not one of them. But it is pretty big. It's probably like a cup and a half.
We should sell coffee cups. Sorry, who wants a cutscene convo coffee cup? We'll just steal loads of Sports Direct ones, get them painted white, and put on, and then they can be big coffee mugs.
Probably would be a good idea. We'll just do like jank, like fake looking. It almost looks like Iron Man, but it's jank looking Iron Man, so we don't get copyright strike.
I'll be honest. I just want to design like a really nice embroidered hat and a logo hoodie just for me.
Just 101.
Yeah, literally just a really nice embroidered one that I can rely on to like last a really nice long time.
What you can do, Conor, is you get a sewing kit. You can sit there on an evening and sew your own design.
I might get my mum to do it. She's good with sewing. Anyway.
But in regards to Doctor Strange,
yeah, back on track.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I think I'm predicting like this is probably going to be the first one that really sets up the direction of where things are going. Is what I think's gonna.
That is my only. I mean, you know, I like to have potential complaints ready to go. My only potential complaint is if this is just another like cock tease for the multiverse, because it started all the way back in Far From Home in the.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, a lot of people, other than like, and again, I know it's normally used in a mean way. I don't mean way. A lot of people that were just casuals took that to mean, oh, the multiverse is happening, whereas a lot of people went, that's just Mysterio being a dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got it through WandaVision with the Ralph Boner joke, which infuriated everyone who cares. Me. And then in Spider-Man, we actually finally got a bit of a taste of it.
And Loki.
Yeah, and Loki. Although that was more timelines than anything else, but I suppose.
Yeah, but Loki was like setting you the rules of what causes the multiverse.
But what we've had now is we've had Wanda, Loki, and Spider-Man who've all broken the multiverse somehow. Yet the multiverse is perfectly intact. If this doesn't like end that, like it's perfectly intact still when we're breaking it again, I'm going to be annoyed. This needs to be it's broken situation, not what if it breaks?
I think there's going to be I would like to think that the end of Doctor Strange will line up with the end of Loki, in the sense that like it's all just open and doing its thing now, and that'll kind of be like we've given you the time through these different like Loki, WandaVision, whatever. Like you should now understand how the multiverse works and the timelines. And I think Doctor Strange is going to end with it just being like, we fixed the thing that needed to be fixed for him or whatever, but this is just now the new reality of things.
If it is just another, it's we managed to just hold it together again one last time, and we're gonna have to break it again. That might wind me up, unless they do it in a really good way. I can already feel myself going.
I think it's going to be a case of like
I don't want
everything's
like
open
a
up,
fourth. Yeah, I don't want
but
a fourth installment of. We're
nah,
nearly there.
I don't
I'm
think it.
over
I
it.
think it'll be Doctor Strange fixing a certain things in regards to him that definitely need to be dealt with, but then it's like the general like everything's open now and this is the new reality of how things are, because I
The
feel
reason
like they've
I'm
given us enough time for the casual fans to get their heads around how it works.
the reason I'm confident that this is genuinely the start of the multiverse is because of America Chavez.
Yeah,
Her entire thing, as I said in a character profile.
like episode 4 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it was before Moon Knight, so it must have been about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, her shtick is she like kicks star-shaped portals to hop through the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to introduce her and then go, no, the multiverse is still closed,
I
I
don't
might
think
lose
so.
full. But I'm quietly confident. It's just one of them things that in the back of my head that there's a part of me just going, but what if they don't?
I think
But
going
I am
off
quite
past
confident.
Marvel, they
Yeah.
slow tease and then it's just like bang, right, this is what's going on now.
Yeah.
And I think we're at that point.
But it does mean if they're gonna declare the multiverse open for business, they need to properly tease whoever the big bad is. I know people like myself. I say
Of
myself.
figuring
I'm
it
not,
out.
yeah, I'm not in that top echelon of people who know what's going on. I'm not going to pretend that. Top echelon and ourself
Mm-hmm.
are starting to get the idea it's probably Kang.
Yeah, we're making calculated guesses.
Yeah. But we need something a bit more clear cut so the casuals can catch up. And
I
again, I don't mean that in a mean way.
I
They, like you've said,
think
the reason they're taking so long in declaring the multiverse open is so the more relaxed viewers get an idea of what's going on.
yeah,
They
how it
now need
works.
to start that with Kang, or maybe not start. I guess it started with Loki. They need to almost confirm that Kang is
I think
Thanos.
I'm gonna make a prediction now, and we'll find out next week if I'm right. I think one of the post credit scenes will be the first tease of like solid tease of this is the new big bad. Because
Oh yeah, I think it might be
that's
the
how we
first
got
time we
it,
see John Majors as Kang.
because that's how we got Thanos. Was
Yeah.
there was a post credit scene tease of him on a throne,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like the smallest little thing. I think we get a similar situation of like it's done through a post credit scene. That's why I feel like this film is gonna open out. Like it's gonna be that point where it's like, okay, shift into the new understanding of this is where the story's going.
Mm-hmm. Just a little note for anyone who won't have seen this by Friday when they're listening to the episode. There is reports which are unconfirmed, so don't like leave early if you feel like there's a. But apparently there is only 2 posts. If it turns out there's 3, don't shout at me.
I'm sorry, but if you're a Marvel fan and you're leaving the cinema as soon as the film's done, it's your own fault.
But Hori, we like to cater to people who are just getting interested. They might not even know the post credits.
I would hope that they have at least heard of post credit scenes from Marvel.
I
Whether
mean, our
they have
name is cutscene
experienced.
combos for a reason, people. Post credit scene chat.
I always, even if I've heard that like there's only one, or it's confirmed to me that there's like only one or something, I will still stay right till the end to make sure
It's
myself.
not worth the risk.